Good morning. Here we are at the house today, and we're going to be giving you a tour of the garden and the inside. So let's go have a look. Come on. The villa was built in the 1960s along the Ligurian Sea in a small seaside town just outside the busy port city of Livorno. We were naturally drawn to this area because of its warm climate, and the scenic drive reminded us so much of the California coast. Over the last 5 years, we had rented apartments in the city centers and rural areas, so when it came to our forever home, we knew we wanted it to be near a bigger city and an airport to be able to pick up and travel on a whim. The villa was originally built by a local private business owner in the 1960s to be a vacation home for his family. But after the villa was finished, it was mostly used as a family storage space to keep old furniture and things nobody wanted. According to the neighbors that lived next door during the time the villa was constructed, the original owner would drop by every weekend to unload a truck completely full of stuff. By the time the original owner passed away in the early 1990s, the house was full of junk, and it had never been lived in. We fell in love with the original style of the home and all of the original materials. Now let's take you through the entire first floor, or as it's called in Europe, the ground floor. Here's the first guest bedroom. It's a pretty decent size, but the real star is the floor. This is definitely Rob's favorite flooring in the entire villa because of the unique green marble pieces, which is particular to the 1960s. This next room has gone through a dramatic transformation. Before we purchased the property, all of the junk from the original owner still filled the house. But look at it now, all cleared out. There were dozens upon dozens of old mattresses scattered throughout all of the bedrooms and the basement, stacks and stacks of scrap wood, and even an old wooden boat from the 1950s in the basement. In all, the villa was a hoarder situation, so it was really hard to see the floors and understand every room's full potential. It was really hard to have a vision, to see past all of the old furniture and junk in the kitchen. But once it was all cleaned out, we really felt a breath of fresh air in this kitchen space. We thought it could make the perfect bar and coffee room where we could greet guests and have a little spot to relax and listen to music since it's right off the entrance. This is the doorway that leads to the basement. With everything cleared out, we could finally appreciate the style of the original funky terrazzo. This is going to be my office because it gets lots and lots of light. I love it here. There's a huge window. This is actually quite a large size for Tuscan standards. The wonderful thing is the climate here allows us to have lots of windows because it is warmer. And the other really unique thing about this that we found out is there's a window that we can put in on this side of the house. So it exists on the exterior part of the house, but we need to just break down this wall here, and it's also another pretty good sized window. This guy is tiny. It's small, but it works. The door and the bathtub, are pretty close together, so there's not a whole lot of clearance. So I think we can resolve that by actually having just a shower. It would be a lot more functional, especially for guests that are coming into the bottom floor. Has a really nice sized window, but right now it's blocked by the water heater. Now let's head into the space that really captured our imagination.
This is the last room on the ground floor, but it is by far the largest. Everyone who came to see the house took a quick look and ran away because it was just so overwhelming.
We're thinking this could possibly be a really large open concept kitchen. So you can just imagine from the scale, this is about 15 feet wide and 42 feet in length. Again, in this room, we really lucked out. The room itself has 4 windows, probably one about here, 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 and there on the outside of the house. We can actually put in 4 windows if we wanted to in this space, which will bring in a lot of light. Also here, we can possibly open up this wall.
Now that we've taken you through the ground floor, let's take you through the villa's garden. You can see here from the original sketch, the villa is completely enclosed by 4 exterior walls. As we walk up the main driveway into the front garden, you'll see the original fountain that we would like to restore. As we go around to the north side of the house, you'll find the second driveway that leads directly into the basement. As the villa was getting cleaned out by the sellers, all of the trash that littered the driveway was enough to give me serious concerns. Luckily, everything was cleaned out, and all that are left are some burn marks on the stone. Let's go have a look at the chicken coop area. The chicken coop was not submitted in the original project plans since it was added after the house was built. It might not seem like such a big deal, but it caused serious bureaucratic issues and ultimately delayed the purchase of the property by months. Let's head over to the south side of the property. Since we work and live with each other, we thought it would be nice for Rob to have his own space. In the years to come, this small separate building will eventually be a place where he can keep his bikes, relax and watch TV, and even have his own place to work out. Now we're back at the main entrance to the villa that leads to the front door. Thanks so much for joining us on the first part of our house tour. There's still so much to show you, and we can't wait to take you through the upstairs and the magnificent terrace. Make sure to like and subscribe and hit the bell icon to be notified when we release a new video.